There's a kind of pain that doesn't show up in tests, that no doctor can diagnose, that no one around you can fully understand. It's the kind of pain that lives quietly inside your chest, the kind you carry around with a smile on your face and an ache in your heart. It's the pain of emptiness. And if you've ever felt that silence in your soul, not just sadness, not just exhaustion, but that deep, unexplained emptiness that creeps in even when everything around you looks fine, then know this: you're not broken and you're not alone. Emptiness is not a flaw, it's a signal. It's not proof that you've failed. It's a gentle, divine call. A call from Allah that telling you that something is missing, and it's not something the world can give you. You see, we often search in the wrong places. We think if we just fix our relationships or achieve our goals or get that one thing we've been praying for, we'll feel whole again. But then we get it, and the emptiness still lingers. Why? Because what your heart is missing isn't more people or more praise or more success. What it's missing is peace. And peace doesn't come from the world. Peace comes from the one who created you. That feeling of emptiness, that quiet ache, that numbness, it's not a punishment. It's a message. It's your Lord gently removing the distractions so you'll finally hear His voice calling you back. It's a reminder that nothing will ever satisfy your soul like remembering Him. And maybe you've tried everything else. Maybe you've kept yourself busy, surrounded yourself with people, distracted yourself with entertainment, tried to bury the emptiness with noise. But it's still there. And that's okay, because that means your heart is still alive, it's still sensitive, it still knows where it belongs. And now it's pulling you back. So don't run from the emptiness. Don't numb it. Don't silence it. Listen to it, because it's calling you. It's telling you that your soul is tired, not from life, but from distance. Distance from the one who created you, knows you, and loves you. And maybe you haven't spoken to Him in a while. Maybe you've been too distracted, too overwhelmed, too distant. But the emptiness is your invitation. It's the doorway to return. It's Allah telling you, come back, I'm still here. And you don't need to be perfect to come back. You don't need a long list of good deeds. You don't need the right words. You just need a sincere heart, just a whisper of longing, just the courage to say, oh ya Allah, I miss you. And that one moment of sincerity is enough to begin the healing. That one moment can start to fill the emptiness. Because what heals the soul is not the absence of problems. It's the presence of connection. Connection with the one who never left you, even when you forgot Him. So if your heart feels empty, don't see it as a weakness. See it as a sign that your heart is still soft. A sign that your soul still remembers. A sign that your Creator is gently calling you home. And yes, the journey back might feel slow. The feelings might not change overnight, but don't stop. Keep returning. Keep speaking. Keep making space in your life for silence, for prayer, for remembrance. Because with every quiet moment you spend with Allah, your heart begins to mend. Your soul begins to breathe. And the emptiness begins to fade. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because your heart reconnects with its source. That's the secret. That's the healing. And maybe today, this reminder, these words, they were the sign you were waiting for. Not a coincidence, but a response. A response to the ache you couldn't explain. A response to the loneliness you couldn't put into words. A response to the silent tears. Allah was never far. He was calling you all along. And now that you're listening, really ignore it. Don't walk away. Step toward it. Begin your return. Because the moment you say, I feel empty, is the same moment he says, then come back to me. There are moments in life when everything slows down, when you're surrounded by people yet feel completely alone, when you're sitting in a room full of noise, but feel like your soul is sinking in silence. And in those moments, you wonder, what's wrong with me? But what if nothing is wrong with you? What if the emptiness is a whisper from Allah, not a wound? What if the stillness you're feeling isn't a curse, but a calling? You see, the world often teaches us that emptiness is something to escape. Fill it, distract it, cover it up. But the truth is, emptiness is often a door, and behind that door is the peace you've been searching for all along. Maybe Allah is pulling away the distractions so you finally pay attention to your heart. Maybe He's closing certain chapters so you realize no one can fill the void but Him. Because sometimes He removes the noise of the world so you can finally hear the whisper of your soul. And your soul is crying out, not for more attention, not for more achievement, not for more approval, but for connection. Deep, honest, healing connection with its Creator. You were created to know Him, remember Him, and love Him. And when that connection fades, the heart doesn't stay quiet. It speaks through sadness, through heaviness, through emptiness, not to destroy you, but to guide you. Because if the pain led you back to Allah, then it was mercy. If the emptiness made you pause and seek deeper meaning, then it was love. So don't resist the emptiness. Sit with it. Listen to it. Ask yourself, what am I really missing? Because it's easy to believe we're missing people, that a certain person leaving created this hole in us. That if we could just go back in time, fix a relationship, reverse a decision, we'd feel whole again. Hearts don't break just from people. They break from distance. Distance from the very one who holds them. And your soul knows it. That's why it aches. That's why you can't shake the feeling, even when life looks okay on the outside. Because the outside isn't the cure. It never was. The cure is remembrance. The cure is surrender. The cure is returning to the only one who knows the depth of your pain. Because He placed that depth in you, not to hurt you, but to lead you. And what you're feeling right now, that quiet in your chest, is not proof that you're weak. That it's proof that you're being called. And it's okay if you don't have the answers. It's okay if you're still figuring it out. Just start small. Start by sitting alone, not with your phone, with music, but with your heart. Just whisper, Ya Allah, I don't know what's wrong, but I need you. That's it. That's a return. That's sincerity. That's the moment things begin to change. And no, it won't erase the pain in one night, but it will give that pain purpose. It will make your emptiness sacred. Because now, it's not just heaviness. It's a prayer. And every time you feel that ache again, you'll know it's not a flaw. It's a flag. A reminder to return. A signal that you're being guided back. So let the pain do its job. Let it lead you, not crush you. Let it break the illusion that the world can fix you. Because the world will disappoint you. People will let you down. But Allah, He never leaves. He never forgets. He never stops calling you, even when you stop listening. And now that you're listening again, don't turn away. Let this moment be a turning point. Let this emptiness be the beginning of your return. Because every broken piece in your heart was known by Him. Every tear that never touched the ground was seen by Him. And every time you thought you were alone, He was there. Closer than anyone, waiting for you to turn back. And now, He's calling you again, not with harshness, not with anger, but with mercy, with love, with a quiet invitation back to me. So come, just as you are. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be sincere. Because when you feel empty, it's not the end. It's a beginning, a sacred beginning, a divine call. And the one calling you is the same one who can fill you fully, completely, and forever. Sometimes we forget that the emptiness we feel isn't always a punishment. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes Allah removes what you thought you couldn't live without, not to break you, but to show you that your soul was depending on something that was never meant to carry it. And when that thing, that person, that plan gets taken away, it's like the ground disappears from beneath your feet. You feel lost. You feel unstable. But in that moment of loss, something else begins. The space to rebuild, the space to reflect, the space to finally ask, where is my heart really anchored? Because if your heart was attached to the dunya, if your peace depended on a temporary source, then that emptiness is mercy. It's a call to anchor your soil in something eternal. And the truth is, you were never created to feel whole from people or possessions or even your own plans. You were created to find that fullness through surrender. Surrender isn't weakness. Surrender is strength. It's the quiet courage to say, I can't do this without you. Ya Allah. It's the moment you stop chasing what was never written for you and start receiving what was always meant for you. Maybe what was meant for you wasn't more. Maybe it was less noise, less distraction, less dependency, so that you could finally taste the sweetness of depending only on Him. And maybe that's why things have felt so heavy lately. Maybe that's why your heart has felt tired in a way you can't explain. Because your soul has been carrying what it was never meant to carry alone. The pain, pressure, the constant push to appear okay when inside you feel lost. It's too much. And it was never your job to fix everything. Your job was never to be perfect. Your job was to return, to remember, to hand over what's too heavy and say, Ya Allah, this is yours. Because healing doesn't come when the problem disappears. It comes when you finally realize who to turn to in the middle of the problem. And maybe in this moment, you're realizing that. Maybe that's why your heart is beating a little louder. Maybe that's why your soul feels awake again, even in the middle of emptiness. Because somewhere deep inside, you know this is a turning point. And maybe it doesn't feel dramatic. Maybe it doesn't look like a big change. But every sincere whisper, every tear that falls in private, every moment you raise your hands and say, help me, is a return, a sacred, quiet, powerful return. And Allah sees every one of those moments. Not a single one is wasted. Not a single one is ignored. Even when no one else notices your struggle, He does. He always has. He knows how hard it's been. He knows the thoughts that keep you up at night. He knows the weight you carry in silence. And still, He keeps calling you through your emptiness, through your silence, through your pain. Because it's through that pain that He softens you. It's through that struggle that He shapes you. And it's through that emptiness that He invites you back into His mercy. So instead of asking why it hurts, ask where it's leading you. Because often, it's not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that something beautiful is beginning. A shift. A return. a deepening of your connection with the one who knows you better than you know yourself. And that's where true peace lies. Not in perfect circumstances, in sincere surrender. Not in worldly success, but in divine nearness. So don't be afraid of the emptiness anymore. See it as the end of your peace. See it as the beginning of your healing. Because what you feel missing in this world is not a person, not a moment, a dream. It's a deeper relationship with Allah. And that is always available, no matter what you've done, no matter how long you've been away. It begins right here in your chest, in this quiet moment. So return, not with perfection, but with sincerity. Not with long words, but with an open heart. Because when you feel empty, it's not a sign that you failed. It's a sign that you're being called, and answering that call might just be the beginning of everything your soul has been longing for. There's a peace that the world can't give you. Not through success, not through recognition, not even through the love of others. And that peace is the one your soul was created for, the one that only Allah can place in your chest. And when you feel empty, when you feel like your heart is drifting through life without purpose or rest, it's not the end. It's the beginning of that search, that sacred awakening. Because Allah will sometimes take away your comfort, your plans, your distractions, not to punish you, but to peel away everything that's keeping you from Him. He'll let your worldly attachments disappoint you, so you're no longer fool into thinking they could ever fulfill you. And yes, that can feel like breaking, but it's a breaking that leads to building. It's a falling that leads to surrender. And it's that surrender that leads to healing. The kind of healing that doesn't depend on external change, but comes from internal peace. The kind of healing where your heart says, even if nothing gets fixed around me, I know I'll be okay, because I've returned to the one who created me. And if you've ever felt like your emptiness would swallow you whole, know that even in those moments you were being watched, protected, guided. Because not every storm is there to drown you. Some are sent to wash you clean. And maybe your pain, your silence, your restlessness, maybe it was never the problem. Maybe it was the signal, the proof that your soul still longs to go home, that your heart hasn't hardened completely, that you still believe in healing, even if you've forgotten how it feels. And if all you can say right now is, "Ooh, ya Allah, I don't know what's wrong, but I need you," then say it, because that's enough. That's how the return begins, not with fireworks, not with perfect words, just with sincerity, just with a whisper of longing. And the one who hears, even the quietest heartbeat, will hear you. He always has. You were never truly alone, not in your emptiness, not in your breaking, not in the silence. He was with you, calling you. And you may not have understood it then, but now you do. Now you feel it. Now you know that the emptiness you feared was not a punishment, it was protection. It was guidance. It was love in disguise. The kind of love that doesn't leave you comfortable in distance. The kind of love that gently breaks you, so you finally look up. And when you do, when you finally lift your hands, lift your heart, lift your eyes, you'll find that Allah was never far, that He never stopped calling. And now that you're listening again, now that your soul is awake, don't turn walking. Keep whispering, keep remembering, because this world will always distract you, always pull at you, always offer you shallow replacements for deep peace. But now you know what your heart truly needs. Now you know that real peace isn't found in escaping pain. It's found in using that pain to return. So return every time you feel empty. Return every time you feel lost. Return every time the world feels too loud and your soul feels too quiet. Because in that quiet, Allah is waiting, not with anger, not with distance, but with mercy, with open arms, with healing. And maybe that's the most beautiful part of all. That even when you didn't know how to call out, He was calling you, and He still is. So come back to Him, not just today, not just once, but always. Because your emptiness is not your weakness, it's your invitation. And what's waiting for you on the other side of that return is not just relief. It's peace, it's clarity, it's purpose, it's love, and it's a connection that no loss, no pain, no failure can ever take away. You were never meant to stay empty. You were meant to return full. And Allah, the one who placed that longing in your heart, is the one who will fill it again and again every time you return to Him.